Hello and welcome. Today we're diving deep into one of the most complex and consequential geopolitical triangles on the planet. The relationship between the United States, Israel, and Iran. This isn't just about headlines. It's a story of deep-seated history, strategic interests, and a delicate balance of power that shapes global events. To truly understand what's happening now and what could happen next, we need to look at the foundations of these relationships. Let's start with the United States and Israel. Their bond is often described as a special relationship, and for good reason. It began shortly after Israel's founding in 1948, but it wasn't always as strong as it is today. During the Cold War, the U.S. saw Israel as a democratic and reliable partner in a turbulent Middle East. This alliance solidified over the decades, built on shared values, strategic cooperation, and significant U.S. financial and military aid. For the U.S., Israel is a key ally, providing intelligence and a military edge in a vital region. For Israel, the U.S. is its most crucial supporter, a guarantor of its security. This partnership is deep, impacting everything from resolutions to advanced military technology. Now let's bring Iran into the picture. It's hard to believe now, but before 1979, the U.S. and Iran were close allies. Under the Shah, Iran was a pillar of American policy in the Middle East. But the Islamic Revolution in 1979 changed everything. The new leadership viewed the U.S. as the Great Satan, an imperialist power meddling in their affairs. The hostage crisis, where American diplomats were held for 444 days, cemented this hostility. From that point on, the U.S. and Iran have been locked in a cycle of confrontation, sanctions, and proxy conflicts. Iran's primary goal has been to resist American influence and establish itself as the dominant power in the region. Israel's relationship with Iran also took a dramatic turn. Before the revolution, they had a surprisingly cooperative, if quiet, relationship. But the new Islamic Republic saw Israel as an illegitimate entity, a little Satan and an extension of American power in their backyard. For Iran, opposing Israel is a core part of its ideology, and a way to rally support across the Muslim world. For Israel, an Iran that is ideologically committed to its destruction, especially one pursuing nuclear capabilities, is an existential threat. This isn't just political posturing. It's the primary driver of Israel's national security strategy. So, you have this triangle. The US and Israel in a tight alliance, both viewing Iran as a major threat. Iran, in turn, sees this alliance as the main obstacle to its regional ambitions and security. This dynamic is the engine driving much of the conflict in the Middle East. Let's talk about how this conflict plays out. It's often a shadow war fought through proxies, cyber attacks, and covert operations. Iran has built what's called the Axis of Resistance, a network of allied governments and militant groups across the region. Think of Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Houthis in Yemen, various militias in Iraq and Syria, and Hamas in Gaza. Iran provides them with funding, training, and weapons. This allows Iran to project power and challenge Israeli and American interests without engaging in direct conventional warfare. It's a strategy of 1,000 cuts, creating instability and bogging down its adversaries. Israel, on the other hand, conducts what it calls the war between the wars. This involves targeted strikes, primarily in Syria, aimed at preventing Iran from transferring advanced weapons to its proxies, especially Hezbollah. These operations are precise, designed to degrade Iran's capabilities without escalating into a full-scale war. Israel also engages in cyber warfare and intelligence operations, reportedly targeting Iran's nuclear program and military infrastructure. The United States plays a multifaceted role. It maintains a significant military presence in the region. With bases in countries like Qatar, Bahrain, and the UAE, this presence serves as a deterrent against direct Iranian aggression. The U.S. also uses its economic power, imposing heavy sanctions on Iran to cripple its economy and limit the funding it can provide to its proxies. And, of course, the U.S. provides Israel with advanced military technology. It's like the F-35 fighter jet and the Iron Dome missile defense system, ensuring Israel maintains its qualitative military edge. Now, let's compare their military capabilities. It's not a simple numbers game. It's about strategy and technology. The United States is, without a doubt, in a league of its own. Its global reach, technological superiority, and massive defense budget are unmatched. The U.S. Navy's carrier strike groups can project overwhelming force anywhere in the world. Its Air Force and advanced intelligence capabilities give it complete dominance in any conventional conflict. However, the U.S. is wary of getting bogged down in another major Middle Eastern war. Its strength is also its challenge. Being a global power means its resources are stretched thin, and public appetite for foreign wars is low. Israel has one of the most technologically advanced and battle-hardened militaries in the world. Its Air Force is exceptional, and its intelligence services like Mossad are legendary. Israel has pioneered missile defense systems like Iron Dome, David's Sling, and the Arrow system, creating a multi-layered shield against rockets and ballistic missiles. Israel's military doctrine is built on speed, precision, and preemption. Its main limitation is its size. It's a small country and cannot sustain a long, drawn-out war on multiple fronts without severe consequences for its society and economy. Iran's military is different. Can't compete with the US or Israel in terms of conventional high-tech warfare. Its Air Force and Navy are largely outdated, so it is focused on asymmetric capabilities. First, its ballistic missile program. Iran has a large and diverse arsenal of missiles that can reach Israel and US bases throughout the region. While their accuracy has been debated, the sheer number of them is a serious threat. Second, its Navy has mastered swarm tactics in the Persian Gulf, using thousands of small, fast boats to potentially disrupt global oil shipping through the Strait of Hormuz. And third, as we discussed, its network of proxies. These groups act as a strategic buffer and a way to attack its enemies indirectly. Iran's strength lies in its strategic depth, its willingness to endure hardship, and its asymmetric approach to warfare. The elephant in the room, of course, is Iran's nuclear program. This is the ultimate flashpoint. For years, Iran has been enriching uranium, bringing it closer and closer to the threshold of being able to produce a nuclear weapon. The 2015 nuclear deal, the JCPOA, was designed to prevent this by limiting Iran's nuclear activities in exchange for sanctions relief. When the US withdrew in 2018 and reimposed sanctions, Iran began to openly advance its program again. For Israel, a nuclear-armed Iran is an unacceptable, existential threat. Israeli leaders have repeatedly stated they will do whatever it takes to prevent it. This raises the specter of a preemptive Israeli military strike on Iran's nuclear facilities. Such a strike would be incredibly complex and risky. Iran's facilities are numerous, dispersed, and heavily fortified, some buried deep underground. An attack would likely require multiple waves of aircraft, refueling in mid-air, and suppressing sophisticated Iranian air defenses. The consequences would be massive. So, what are the potential future scenarios? Let's explore a few. Scenario 1. The slow burn continues. This is, in many ways, the current situation. The shadow war goes on. Israel continues its strikes in Syria. Iran continues to arm its proxies. And the US tries to manage the situation with sanctions and diplomacy. Tensions will flare up periodically, as we've seen with attacks on shipping, drone strikes, or rocket fire from proxies. But it stopped short of all-out war. This is a volatile but somewhat stable state of affairs, as none of the three main players wants a direct, large-scale conflict. Scenario 2. A limited, direct confrontation. This could be triggered by a miscalculation, for example, an Israeli strike that causes significant Iranian casualties, or an Iranian-backed attack that kills American personnel. In this scenario, we might see a direct, but limited, military exchange. Perhaps Iran launches a barrage of missiles at an Israeli military base, and Israel retaliates against a specific Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps facility. The US might get involved to defend its assets or allies. The key here would be for all sides to de-escalate quickly to prevent it from spiraling into a full regional war. But the risk of escalation would be extremely high. Scenario 3. The Israeli preemptive strike. This is the most dangerous scenario. If Israel concludes that Iran is just weeks away from a nuclear bomb and all diplomatic options have failed, it might decide to act. An Israeli attack on Iran's nuclear sites would almost certainly trigger a massive Iranian retaliation. Iran would likely launch hundreds, if not thousands, of missiles at Israel. Its proxy Hezbollah, with its arsenal of over 150,000 rockets and missiles, would open a second front from the north. Iran could also attempt to close the Strait of Hormuz, sending oil prices skyrocketing and plunging the global economy into crisis. The United States would almost certainly be drawn in to defend Israel and protect international shipping. The result would be a devastating regional war with catastrophic human and economic costs, far beyond anything we've seen in the Middle East in recent decades. Scenario 4. A diplomatic breakthrough. This is the most hopeful, but perhaps the most difficult scenario. It would involve a return to negotiations, likely resulting in a new and improved nuclear deal. This deal would need to be stronger than the last one, addressing not just Iran's nuclear program, but also its ballistic missiles and its support for proxies. In return, Iran would receive significant sanctions relief, allowing its economy to recover and reintegrate into the world. This path is full of obstacles. There is deep mistrust on all sides. Hardliners in both Iran and the US oppose any compromise. And Israel remains highly skeptical of any deal that doesn't completely dismantle Iran's nuclear infrastructure. However, given the horrific alternatives, diplomacy remains the only real path to a sustainable, long-term peace. So, where does this leave us? We're at a critical juncture. The geopolitical triangle between the United States, Israel, and Iran is defined by a deep-seated clash of interests, ideologies, and security concerns. The shadow war is a constant, simmering just below the surface. The risk of miscalculation is ever present, and the potential for a catastrophic escalation, particularly over the nuclear issue, is very real. Understanding this complex dynamic is crucial for understanding world events. It's not just a distant conflict. It impacts global energy markets, international security, and the lives of millions of people. While the path forward is uncertain, one thing is clear. The decisions made in Washington, Jerusalem, and Tehran in the coming months and years will have consequences that reverberate across the globe. Thank you for watching this deep dive. If you found this explanation helpful, please consider liking the video and subscribing to our channel for more in-depth analysis of crucial global issues. We'll see you in the next one.